message.
With very few exceptions, most of us have had those moments when we are on edge, just anxiously awaiting the day when someone will discover that we are not as competent as we, unintentionally or otherwise, have led others to believe. That sinking feeling in our stomachs with that whispering voice in our heads incessantly reminding us that we are not good enough. This is imposter syndrome, and it is part of the human condition that many, if not most of us, will at some point experience. Imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern where, despite our level of success or number of accolades and accomplishments and competence, we have this persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud. It is a lingering sensation that maybe, just maybe, we do not belong where we are. It does not discriminate. It affects all of us. So, how does imposter syndrome show up? It is like a chameleon. It adapts to various situations and disguises itself in a variety of forms. For some, it manifests as perfectionism. We strive for perfection, flawless in everything that we do, but deep down, we are terrified of making mistakes because we believe that it is going to reveal our incompetence. Now, for other people, it is the comparison trap. And in this scenario, we are constantly measuring our achievements against those of other people. We are convinced that everyone else has it together, while we are just faking it and winging it as we go along. The most insidious form of imposter syndrome is our inability to internalize success. Instead of graciously accepting compliments or accolades, we will brush them off and attribute them to simply luck or timing instead of acknowledging our hard work and talent. Now listen, in my work, I am very familiar with this pattern. With every new client, I find myself doubting my abilities, questioning my skills, and wondering whether this will be the one that exposes me as not having a clue as to what the hell I'm doing. Now, over time, I have learned that imposter syndrome is just a story that we tell ourselves. It is a narrative deeply rooted in fear and insecurity. And imposter syndrome can be managed and eventually overcome, but it is a journey and it's a marathon, not a sprint. There are a few strategies that are helpful, I have found, along the way. First, we have to acknowledge our feelings. We must remember that these feelings of doubt, they are shared by many people. It is merely part of the human experience. By simply acknowledging it for what it is, we can diminish some of its power. Second, we need to reframe our thoughts. Instead of focusing on what we have not accomplished, we can celebrate our successes no matter how small they may seem. We can keep a journal of our achievements as a reminder of how far we have come. We can also learn to embrace failures as opportunities. Mistakes are a natural part of growth and development. We all make them, and sometimes the only way to learn is by experiencing the effect that we have caused by an ineffective choice. Finally, we have to seek support from other people, whether it is friends or family, colleagues, mentors. We can surround ourselves with people who believe in us, who will lift us up during difficult times. A support system can make all the difference. Overcoming imposter syndrome is going to take time and patience. We have to be kind to ourselves when those feelings of doubt rear their ugly heads. It's not about banishing imposter syndrome. It's about learning to coexist in its presence. When we find ourselves trapped in this maze of imposter syndrome, we have to take a deep breath and remember that we are not alone. We are more than enough just as we are.